Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching Nile Cruise on Nile TV, dear viewers. And now we have with us a very special scout where we bring you today's episode of Nile Cruise from the Cairo Scout Club at Giza. And we have with us today Kerolos Sarwat, who is going to be telling us more about the scout and the idea of scout. Mohammed?
Yes, Kerolos, thank you for joining us. And
thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Tell me, when did you get into the life of the scout?
Scouting boys. So I started after I finished high school. I started my scouts.
So you have already finished high school?
No, I already graduated from university.
You did?
Yeah, I just graduated. Yes. Thank you.
How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 23 years old.
Yeah, because you look to me like 18. Anyway,
yeah, because I shaved my beard.
Okay. Okay, great. So when you finished high school, you entered into
I finished high school
the world of scouting.
2015. After that, I joined Scouts in the vacation. So that was my first time to join Scouts.
How did you witness something known as Scout? How did you know about it? Who told you about it?
In my church there's a Scouts. Yeah, that's why I get to know more about them, and I joined them. I really enjoyed the teamwork there.
How? What did you study, Kerolos?
Business administration.
Great.
Yes.
And is your life as a scout, did it affect positively or negatively your studies?
Yeah, it of course affected me positively. That's why I'm still continuing there. Spiritually, physically, mentally. That's why I'm still in the Scouts. That's why you can see us rowing here and improving my physique.
Yeah.
So that's one part of the three that I've told you about. Spiritually, also for mentally, and the teamwork, and I get to know more people. Yeah.
Right.
What are you specialized in when it comes to scouts, Kerolos? Your activities here?
Yeah. I used to be the leader of the secondary stage. I was in another scouts, and I just joined this for about 2 years now.
Another one where?
Yeah, it was the same here. It was in Giza, but another place, near here. After that, I joined here. I stayed here for about 2 years or something. And right now I'm a leader of preparatory stage.
Tell us more about the preparatory stage.
It's do you know high school? Before that, there's preparatory.
Preparatory.
Yeah,
Yes.
preparatory. Yes.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So I'm the leader there. I'm just getting them to engage in a lot of activities, like giving them like physique games, doing some activities in games. I'm giving them like lessons about how to camp, how to get to know in the real life, how to make simple meals whenever you go camping in the desert, when you have nothing to use but the tools that you have for scouting only. So we can live there, and we can live simply as much as we can.
What are the main obstacles that you meet as a scout leader?
Okay, everything has a lot of responsibility. Yeah, as a scout leader, I am responsible of the people that is around me, so I have to take care of each one of them. So this is I'm not considering this as an obstacle, because I'm enjoying doing this. That's why I don't find it as an obstacle.
Wonderful. So tell me that there are three aspects, Kerolos, that you focus on: the mental, the physical, and the what?
Spiritual.
And the spiritual. If you talk about each of them, tell me, what have you learned and what skills have you developed when it comes to each of them?
Okay. Let's say for physically, as you can see here, we are doing a lot of physique activities like rowing or push-ups and other physique activity and fitness. That's for physically. For mentally, we're getting to learn a lot about lessons about scouting and camping and all of that. We're getting to know a lot of information. So this is a lot of knowledge to get to live by yourself, to be independent. This is mentally.
It gives you self-confidence, I guess. Yes. Bigger self. Yeah.
Yes. Spiritually, also learning how to be disciplined, how to do our praise, and also to know more about scouts from the spirit. Yes.
Great.
Kerolos, what
Great.
is the age of a scout exactly? From what age do you start and where do you end?
Doesn't have a start. Let's say, for example, we start from preparatory. We can start from less than that.
How old?
Let's say, for example, 9 years.
9 years.
Yes.
Can a 9-year-old be that responsible to be a scout?
Yes.
Or at the age of 9 years old, he starts to learn
Yeah, I start to get to know just the principles
the
about.
principles.
Yes. After that, when he gets older, he will get to know more about that.
And what's the maximum age?
Maximum age, it's I don't think there's a maximum age for that, but whenever you feel
How
that
old is the oldest scout that you have ever seen?
the oldest scout, let's say for example, 35.
Really? So I mean, you cannot have a 70-year-old scout or 60-year-old scout.
I think there will be. It's normal.
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle. So
Yeah,
whenever you
yeah.
want to continue, you will continue until the end.
Yeah, we've heard this. Once a scout, always a scout. Is that true? That's what we understand. Once a scout, always a scout.
This an idiom or
Yeah.
once
No, no. I mean,
For
rarely
lifetime?
do you see a scout.
He wants to
Lee-
tell you that if you're a scout once, then you're gonna live
You're
to be
gonna
a
stay-
scout
yeah,
Yeah,
or
to
for
the
your
rest of your
entire
life.
my blood for
Your blood for the rest of your
Scout
life.
Yes.
is about principles and ethics and morals, and as you said, spiritual. So it's things that you have inside you. So you have to live your life with anyway. What are the most important principles that you have to go after as a scout?
There is a lot of skills that I get to master to in order for me to be a scout boy. So, for example, let's say, for example, I'm responsible, I'm capable. I have to learn the basics of the scouts first. After that, by applying, I gotta practice more. Uh, that's why I need to take a lot of time. Let's say I told you, for example, we start from like 9 years. We get to know the principles. After that, we are applying. The leader's teaching us the skills needed for that. After that, we're good to go.
Okay, how is it easy or how can it be facilitated for a person to apply to be a scout? How do you choose them?
Okay. At the beginning, we choose just after we get to teach the people. We get like, do you know the training when you join a company? There's a training period. There's also training period for scouts. So at the beginning, we're giving them a training for about 3 months or something. After that, we're giving them exams like quizzes in the middle of each week, for example, and reports, and they have to do it as a homework. So whenever they pass all the stages needed to be accepted, we'll let them join the scouts team.
Right.
Kerolos, when I used to be young, sorry, Mohammed, if I
Go ahead,
interrupt you,
Rana,
I'm
go
very
ahead.
sorry.
Sorry.
When I used to be young at school, I remember that when they used to choose a scout, then he has to be prevailing when it comes to his academics and his grades, morals, of course, principles.
Okay.
That was when they used to choose a scout.
Okay.
Am I right or am I wrong?
You told me at the beginning about school, right? So that's related to your school. That's why they're telling you to improve yourself at your study in order to get into scouts. But I told you earlier that there's a scouts in my church. That's why it doesn't need to be have a good marks at a grade at university or school.
But morals and ethics and
Yes, that's more.
when you start to be a leader and you take care of the younger ones
Yes.
or the ones your age, if the uniform is the appropriate uniform for
Yes.
school today, and you go around making sure that everything is in control and under control.
Yeah, that's right.
This is when it starts.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, naturally. Now, are all of your friends scouts like you, or do I'm sure that most of them are, or probably some of them are definitely, but um, you guys, I mean, you only hang out together, or do you also hang out with non-scout people?
Of course, we hang out with all the people.
Yeah.
So, just the day specifically for scouts, let's say, for example, with the gathering will be each and every week, okay? For scouts only.
Right.
That's the time for scouts. Like,
Right.
say, 2 hours per week, it's gonna be in
Yeah.
Friday, for example.
Yeah.
That's for scouts. The other times, whenever we're free, it's fine to go out with anyone.
Yeah. But you
Yeah.
enjoy yourself more with scouts.
No, I enjoy
Not
every time.
necessarily.
I
You
try
enjoy
to enjoy my life as much as I can. It
You
doesn't have to
relate.
be
I
in
think your
scouts.
character.
Okay.
I think your character, you guys, and the way you're brought up, and the way that you apply what you learned makes you mingle with
Special.
anybody and make you special. Makes you special, and it is. Scout is about morals and ethics and spiritual, and so it's normal that around anyone you're spreading positive vibes that makes everyone around you happy.
Yeah.
Kerolos, Sarwat, we thank you so much for this
Thank
wonderful
you so much
interview.
for having me.
And we
Thank
thank
you,
you so much for
Kerolos.
joining
Enjoyed
us in
having
today's
you. Thank
episode of Nile Cruise.
Thank you so
Dear
much.
viewers, this was our last segment in today's episode of Nile Cruise, and stay with us for we'll be coming up with yet we're not over. Stay with us and don't go away.